Good morning. Thank you for watching. Got a beautiful Lord's Day. Feels pretty good out here. Still need some rain though. Everybody keep praying for rain. The Lord knows what we need and He's gonna give it to us when we need it. So this morning we got our sick list. We got Paul Lehue, Ashlyn Hare, John Hare, Calvin Denny, Way Candy Corn, Melissa Bogle, Hillary Davenport, Lee Heath, Clint Blanton, Doyle Duke, Rachel Hall, Naomi Blair, Lawana Peeler, Terry Parham, Benny Blair, Patricia Womack, Taylor Blanton, Randy Simmons, Becky and Lonnie Barks, Pat Burks, Thomas Bogle, Barbara Haynes, and we need to send sympathy to the families of Judy Ramsey, Chuck Holt, and Shirley Warren. So please keep all these folks in your prayers. This morning I've got a couple of short articles I want to share with you. And it says, this article says, Jesus never had family trouble. A man's wife deserted him for another man. She succeeded in taking away all their children. The estranged husband became depressed and lost his business. Broken-hearted and ruined, he became obsessed with the enormity of his troubles and refused every offer of encouragement and hope. He attended a church service and heard a great lesson on Christ having been in all points tempted as we are. That's in Hebrews 4:15. Rather than being comforted by it as others were, he resented the sermon and he told the preacher, yes, Jesus suffered many things, but he never had his wife and family stolen from him. He never was married, he never had children, so that suffering he never knew. The preacher responded, an accomplished violinist plays a great variety of music. There are only 4 strings on his violin, but they can produce both joy and dirges. The same 4 strings can cover that wide range. No, Jesus did not experience your trials in the same details, but he endured a broad range of disappointment, desertion, grief, pain, and even dying, so that strings of his heart can vibrate with all the sad songs of life's bitterest experiences. That's from David Parr, Rock Hill, South Carolina. So Hebrews 4:15, for we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like we are, yet without sin. So Jesus, that reminds us of Matthew 4, 1-11, where Jesus was tempted by Satan. It was that Jesus was led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward, he hungered. And the tempter came to him and said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Then the devil taketh him up to a high city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple. And he said to him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he has given his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest thou dash thy foot on a stone. And Jesus said unto him, again, it is written that thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Again, the devil taketh him up to an exceeding high mountain, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. And he said to them, all these things I will give to you, wilt you fall down and worship me? And then Jesus said to him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only wilt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. So that's, Jesus was probably at the weakest point of being a human. He had been fasting 40 days and 40 nights, and Satan come on him and tried to get him to sin, but yet he didn't. That was a good example for us. And if you take note here that Satan even knows the scriptures, you know, he knows what we should be doing and what we should not be doing. And, you know, he's just waiting on us. So he's going to tempt us with all this stuff, you know. So Jesus was tempted with all the bad stuff in the world. So, but I got something good here I want to share with you. I come across this. And the title of it is About the Haircut. A teen had just gotten his driving permit. He asked his father if he could discuss the use of the family car. The father took him to his study and said, "I'll make a deal with you. You bring your grades up, study the Bible daily, get your hair cut, and then we'll talk about it." After about a month, the boy came back and asked if they could discuss the use of the car. They again went into the father's study, where the father said, "Son, I am very proud of you. You have brought up your grades, you've studied the Bible diligently, but you still didn't get your hair cut." The young man replied, "You know, Dad, I've been thinking about that. Samson had long hair. Moses and Noah may have had long hair. And even Jesus is pictured with long hair." Yes, his father said, but everywhere they went, they walked. So that's a little humor for this beautiful morning that we've got. And in Proverbs 17:22, it says, "A merry heart doeth good." So it's good to laugh a little bit every now and then about the things that we have come up in our life. So that's about the end of my lesson for today. I hope that you keep everyone and all of our sick folks in your prayers, and all those that have lost loved ones. And please keep our servicemen and women in our prayers, our first responders and the doctors and nurses and those that take care of us and keep us healthy. You know, this world is in a lot of evil right now. Please pray for the folks over in Israel, and that they would get all that worked out. And the Middle East, it seems like it's fixing to come apart at the seams over there. So please keep all those folks in your prayers. And that's the end of my lesson. God bless. See you next time.